What was that all about?
I'm really sorry, Olivia.
Are you though? If you didn't want to see me, you should have just told me in the first place.
I absolutely did want to see you.
Then why did you leave all of a sudden? Did I do something wrong? We were there to have a cup of coffee, but you didn't even get your coffee. You weren't able to wait for what you ordered to come out. You had this terrified look on your face. Did you see something you weren't supposed to see or something?
I'm so sorry, Olivia. I wasn't feeling well all of a sudden. I have chronic anemia. The room was spinning and I felt dizzy out of nowhere.
Is that so? Well, you still didn't pay for your order. You didn't give me a warning and you just said, "I'm sorry," and then left within like a second. You were already out the door by the time I realized what happened. Are you aware that is such an obstruction of business and you had a cup of coffee without paying for it?
I said I'm sorry for what happened. To be clear, I agreed that I didn't pay for it, but I didn't have a sip of coffee.
You still have to pay for it if you ordered it because I already gave them your order. It doesn't matter if you had it or not.
How much was it again? Around $6, right? I'll make sure to Venmo you $6 later today. So can you pay for me for now? I can't go back just to pay for the coffee.
Why would you make it so complicated when it's only for $6? You don't need to Venmo me or anything. I'm sure you feel okay now since you're talking to me just fine, so you should come back and pay for what you owe. I'll wait for you until you come back.
I'm sorry, but that's not an option. Please pay for it for now and I'll send you the money. If you don't want to give me your Venmo account, I'll give it to Sean and he'll give it to you. I'm supposed to see him tomorrow, and I'll make sure to give him $6. Hope that works for you.
Are you freaking kidding me? I can't stand him nagging me just for $6. What would he say if I get that money from you instead of just paying you for it when it's only $6? I don't care if I need to pay for you. I have $6 and that's not a big deal. But if you want to Venmo me later on, I don't think $6 would be enough for me to get it.
I'm sorry? What does that mean? Why is there suddenly an interest rate on coffee?
Don't try to be funny. You know exactly what I mean. You should know better than I do. Venmo me $5,000 to zip my mouth. I won't tell anything to anyone if you give me $5,000. You have my word. You know why I'm asking you for that money, right?
I have no idea at all. I don't know why you're asking me to send you $5,000 and I don't have that kind of money. Are you sure it's a good idea to threaten your brother's fiancé like this? What would your brother say if he knows about this? I don't want you to get in an argument with Sean. I won't tell him that you asked me for so much money, so you can stop it here.
I'm saying I need $5,000 because you're my brother's fiancé. It's so outrageous and maddening. Why should my brother, who has a solid job with great salary, marry a whore like you? I know all about it, so stop playing innocent.
Did you say whore? Watch your mouth! You're being extremely rude right now. Why would you insult me when you don't know anything about me? What do you know about me for you to call me a whore?
Oh, you're acting like you're so dignified when you're actually petrified to death inside. Why did you become so terrified and run out the door as soon as you saw Jack? Why did you have to do that when you didn't do anything wrong?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even know your manager's name was Jack.
You're not just shameless, but a liar too, aren't you? You tried so damn hard to hide your dirty past, but it eventually came up on the surface. Pandora's box is opened. I came to realize that you had an affair with Jack 7 years ago, who was a married man with 3 kids at the time. I can't believe you're trying to get married to someone and build a family when you were someone's mistress and destroyed his family. Do you even have any idea how devastated Jake's wife was? She was nothing but caring and kind. But her life was upside down and her lovely family was torn down because of you. I know all about your sick past that you wanted to hide. How dare you brainwash my innocent brother to marry you when you were a homewrecker who came in between a married couple? I can't believe I could encounter such a shameless person in real life when I could see that kind of people only from soap operas and movies. I can't believe, of all people, the person marrying my brother would be such a soulless garbage human being. It's so disgusting, it's creeping me out. So I'm telling you, you need to send me $5,000 by tonight. Otherwise, I'm going to tell Sean and my dad who you actually are. I'm going to tell them every little detail about who you are and what you did. I guess you don't want that, do you?
I'm not sure if you're going to believe me, but I had no idea he was a married man. He didn't have his ring on and he didn't do anything that would make me suspect he was married. I would never have started dating him if I knew he was married. I know I awfully hurt his wife, even if I didn't mean it. But I am a victim too. He made me be called a mistress by lying to me about himself. I didn't deserve that.
Ha! Why did you give Michelle money if you were a victim? You gave her money because you did something that deserved her to get your money. Am I wrong? Why did you give her anything if you didn't know he was a married man? That doesn't make sense. Which means you're still lying to me.
I was so young that I was right out of college back then. I didn't know any better and everything was frightening. I was so scared of her and her sisters threatening me that they'll come to where I work and make a scene. I was afraid if I would get fired after trying so hard to get in. And I didn't want to have a scarlet letter for the rest of my life that I seduced a married man and eventually broke his family. I hated it and I wasn't able to take it, so I foolishly chose to compromise. I wanted to buy a peace with money if I could. I never thought I would relive this nightmare after 7 years of what happened. I didn't imagine someone would threaten me again with money about this.
You don't need to make excuses so desperately. The fact of the matter is, Jack's marriage ended because you had an affair with him and he cheated on his wife with you. Do you truly believe you're capable of marrying my innocent, decent brother after what you did? Are you sure you want him to realize about your dirty secret? You know very well about how my mother was when Sean and I were little. She constantly cheated on my dad, ran away from home back and forth multiple times, and eventually divorced my dad and left us behind. My dad and brother despise cheaters because of what happened with my mother. And do you think they would still welcome you to be part of our family if they knew what you did? Are you sure you want to lose my brother, who is such a nice human being with a lot of money?
Of course I don't want to lose him because I love him. I don't care about him making a lot of money. I would still love him if he doesn't make any money at all.
Then you should give me $5,000. I'm not asking for more. It's just $5,000. I promise you, I wouldn't bring it up or talk about it ever again if you compromise now. You should empathize with my brother who will suffer to death after realizing his fiance's dirty secret only 2 months before the wedding. He doesn't deserve that, does he? Just shut my mouth with money if you don't want to hurt my brother who loves you with all his heart. You're not wasting your money when you're giving it to your lovely sister-in-law.
Oh, well, okay, fine. I'll Venmo you $5,000. But you need to promise me. You have to keep your word no matter what. You have to promise me that you will never bring it up again and take it with you to your grave. Do I have your confirmation?
Of course you do. You have my word. You'll never have to deal with your past anymore. I'm not a scumbag who will keep trying to get money out of you for the rest of my life.
I guess you know what you're doing.
You should think of it as you're helping your fiance's lovely sister. We're going to be a family, which means we're going to see each other for the rest of our lives. And I will always recognize your kindness. So make sure to Venmo $5,000 by tonight and I'll pay for your coffee. Nice talk! Hi, Melinda. You've got some more money, right? Can you Venmo me $40,000?
What are you talking about? Why should I give you money again? That's an insane amount of money and I don't have anything more to give. Why would you need that much money anyway?
The reason why I need $40,000 is none of your business. Cut the crap and just give it to me right now if you don't want to be dumped by my brother a month before your wedding. Do you want him to call off the wedding because of your dark, disgusting secret? Do you want to be humiliated by your friends and colleagues? Didn't think so. The best you can do is to give me the money right frickin' now.
You said $5,000 from last month was the last. You didn't keep your promise, did you? You can't demand for another $40,000 only after a month after what you said. It turns out you're the one who is the liar, not me. Why do you need so much anyway? Why are you so desperately looking to take more money from your brother's fiancé on top of what you already took from me when you have a job yourself? You have a job as a barista at a coffee shop. Please stop. You're acting like someone trying to get money for a hostage.
Look at you, talking back to me. What's up with you today? You were so discouraged and couldn't do anything but to obey what I told you to do last time. What made you to be bold this time? Why are you pretending to be all tough now? Don't make me repeat myself. I said to Venmo me $40,000 right now if you want to make it to your wedding as you planned.
Why should I give my money that I have saved up so diligently for a long time to a stranger? I'm not going to do that. What I saved up is completely mine.
Why am I a stranger? I'm going to be your sister-in-law when you marry my brother. And I'm going to be an aunt when you have babies. Which means we're going to be a family. Are you still calling me a stranger?
I don't think my kids will ever call you an aunt. They won't be able to know if they had an aunt to begin with. Even if they did, they would be so embarrassed to have a shameless aunt like you.
What did you say? You're the one who shamelessly had an affair with a married man. Look who's talking.
You know what? I actually did research on you. I was thinking about it after I gave you $5,000 last month, and I thought something was definitely wrong. It wasn't even my fault what happened because I was a victim who was deceived by a liar. It's such a heartbreaking past for me, and there was no reason for me to be vulnerable for the rest of my life. Besides, I didn't want to lie to your brother to cover up what happened in the past because a lie will lead to another lie. so forth and so on. I thought I should know what I'm dealing with, so I had to do some research on you. What I found out about you was quite amazing, actually. I guess you're aware of that already.
So you had a private investigator on me? Is that what you did? Are you insane? Don't you realize that is an invasion of my privacy?
Nope. I don't know anything about the damn invasion of privacy. Getting information about you was self-defense. Look what's happening right now. I knew you would threaten me again. It was a good thing I'm prepared for it, wasn't it?
So what did you find out about me, huh? I'm not an adulterous homewrecker like you. I have done nothing wrong in my life.
Well, right and wrong. You may not be like me, but you have a mountain of debt unlike me. I noticed you have borrowed more than $30,000 from sketchy and downright dangerous places. You know they charge you for more than 30% of interest, right? You stayed unemployed for 3 years after you graduated from college, and you barely started as a part-time barista at a coffee shop. I just don't understand why you would need so much money that you dared to borrow money from private lenders.
What did you want me to do then? I needed money and I had no other choice. I was already embarrassed enough to my friends for not having a decent job. And was I supposed to embarrass myself even more by dressing in shabby clothes when I meet them? I needed money to buy high fashion clothing and bags, and it was easily tens of thousands of dollars. I couldn't ask Sean or Dad for money, so I needed to borrow it. But I couldn't get it from anywhere, and borrowing money from them was the last resort. You know what? I guess it's better that you know all about it. You should have saved up a lot of money since you have been working for more than a decade now. I will be officially your sister-in-law in a month. I'm not a stranger on the street. We're like family already, but we will officially be family very soon. Lately, a couple of rough-looking guys keep showing up and threatening me to pay them back, and I'm terrified of them. I'm aware I need to pay them back, but I just don't have enough money to pay them back the entire amount. Sean and Dad will kick me out if they find out what's going on. So you're the only one who can help me. You're all I've got. Can you please help me without telling them?
They're going to kick you out anyway, so why don't you ask your manager? He will definitely help you, won't he?
What did you say? Why would he help me out?
I told you I looked up all about you. You shouldn't be so surprised. I know that you're in a relationship with him. And what do you know? He's a married man again. He got married again, which means he has a wife, but you didn't care. You're still dating him without his wife knowing about it. Are you dating a married man who is 10 years older than you to get some money from him? You should know he is not as wealthy as you think. All he's got is that coffee shop that you work at, and he pays a lot of alimony every month for his ex-wife and their 3 kids. Why are you being so pathetic when you're so young?
No way. You're not going to tell my brother and Dad, are you?
What do you think I will do?
Oh, please, Melinda. I'm begging you. They cannot know about it. They will disown me.
Why did you do it in the first place when you exactly knew what they would do?
I thought it was my only option. I had no other choice. Please. You can't tell them.
No, that's not true. You had many other options, including getting a job or more than one job to make money on your own. You shouldn't have started a relationship with a married man hoping he would help you financially. And of course I'm telling them. I'm going to tell them how you threatened me to give you $5,000 for my past, how you borrowed money from private lenders, and how you're having a relationship with a married man. I'm going to tell them every single thing I know about you. They should know who their sister and daughter is, right? So that you can at least have a chance to become a decent human being again with their help.
I said you can't. I'm going to be dead meat when they find out about how I'm having a relationship with a married man. You know very well that they hate cheaters more than anything. My life is so messed up already, and I can't afford to be kicked out of the house. How am I supposed to make a living if they disown me? What am I going to do now? Do you want me to jump off a bridge or something? You're killing me here.
You weren't even determined to be dead, but still threatened your future sister-in-law with everything you're doing right now. You didn't think I would find out? That they would find out eventually? By the way, Jack's wife already knows. I mailed her a bunch of pictures of you two together as proof. I was fooled by him, but you weren't. You knew what you were doing from the beginning. It turns out you're a liar and an adulterous homewrecker after all.
I see how it is. You're so getting on my nerves. Would you be okay if I tell Sean and Dad about what you did with Jack back in the days?
I already told them what happened myself. They rather comforted me that I had to go through such a hard time and thanked me for telling them the truth. They're so different from you. They are excellent human beings that I look up to. They're so unlike you, right?
What did you say? There's no way they did that to you.
Your dad said everything is his fault. He said he agreed with you with everything because he felt bad about you not having a mom since you were little. He was very sad and blamed himself that he didn't raise you right. He said he has no other option but to be strong enough to kick you out of the house in order for him to make you a decent human being. So, I guess you're on your own from now on? You don't have your family rooting for you anymore.
Kicking me out? Where am I supposed to live now?
There's always a way if you try to find one. You need to try, though. As far as I know, there are some factories on the outskirts of town that are even offering lodging because they're so desperate for workers.
Do you think I'd ever work in a factory? Are you nuts? I can't work in a factory when I have a college degree.
Okay, then. Your only option left is to be homeless on the street with your belongings. Oh, you might have another option. Your boyfriend might be divorced pretty soon, so you can beg him to marry you, hoping he'll help you financially.
There's no way he'll divorce his wife. The coffee shop is what his wife's parents gave him. He can't make money without their help. He would get down on his knees and ask for their forgiveness. He'll never marry someone like me who doesn't have anything but piles of debt. So I'm asking you, please help me. Don't let me go down. I'll pay back everything to you if you let me borrow your money this one time. I can promise you I'll pay back everything, including $5,000 from last month.
That's none of my business. You should work it out on your own.
Oh my goodness! You witch! You ruined my life!
You're such a cheater and liar. And I hope to never see you again. After what happened, my future sister-in-law ended up being kicked out of the house and wandered from one Motel 6 room to another. However, she finally realized and accepted the fact that there's no one who can help her. She got a job at a chicken processing factory in Modesto where food and lodging are provided. She had to get a job and do everything she could do in order to at least pay the interest. The entire family has blocked her and don't talk to her for the time being. But I guess they might be able to welcome her back someday since she's their family at the end of the day. But they're going to decide if they're going to see her or not after they wait and see if she's making a living fruitfully and honestly. I genuinely hope she'll come to her senses and make an honest living. Hey, Jack. I need you to do something for me. Now, this is really important, okay? I want a divorce. Well, the truth is, I've actually met my soulmate. Isn't that great? It means that we don't have to worry about trying to make our relationship work. You're probably wondering who the other man is, right? To be honest, it's someone you know really well. It's your supervisor. You know Billy, of course. Oh, and today, I invited him over to the house. Hello? Jack? Aren't you gonna say anything? Come on, send a reply, please. You can't ignore my messages. I know it must be a bit of a surprise to you, but I can't help how I feel about Billy. It just happened. You should know how destiny works. I'm in love. Besides, you're always on business trips and are hardly at home, so there's no point in us being a couple anymore. Billy is most likely going to get a divorce as well. So I want to get married again as soon as possible. Also, about the alimony. Don't worry about it. I don't need it. Billy has quite a lot of money, and he'll give me however much money I ask for. Isn't that great? You can't give me much with the job that you've got. I just love that about him. Well, I will leave the divorce papers in the living room for you to sign later. Please fill them out quickly and send them as soon as you can. Jack, I still haven't heard from you. After all that I said yesterday. Not a single word. I can't help that you feel frustrated about being replaced by Billy, but divorce is a really important thing that needs to be talked about, and I didn't hear from you at all. But then, what else should I expect from you? You're such a sissy, Jack. You don't have the guts to say anything to me or the situation. I read all your messages yesterday. I'm feeling many things right now, yes. But do you really need to call me such horrible things just because I didn't reply? That's not a very mature way to act. I can see you've got a bite today, huh? Are you trying to put up a front? Suddenly all brave now, are you? Wow, on the contrary. I think that's hilarious, so don't make me laugh. Well, this is actually Jack's mom. It's Ruth. I'm using Jack's phone at the moment. We need to have a little discussion, Rose. Wait, what? Ruth? Why do you have Jack's phone? What sort of game are you playing here? What did Jack ever do to deserve being betrayed like this? And on top of that, you move what's-his-name Billy into your house. You ought to be so ashamed of yourself. So what? I'm allowed to do what I want. It's not my fault that Jack is hardly here and earns pennies. How dare you talk to me like this? I knew you were no good from the second I laid eyes on you. I should have known his precious mother would show up when Jack didn't respond yesterday. Look at you, fighting your son's battles. You both make me sick to my stomach. You clearly have no idea what's going on right now. Have you not even read the messages I sent from my phone? Or the ones from your parents? Wait, what? What are you talking about? Aren't you here to defend your little boy against his wife that has fallen madly in love with another man? No, you idiot! Of course we're all disgusted by that, but we're talking about Jack. He got into an accident while he was on his business trip. He was rushed to hospital. What happened? Is that why I didn't hear from him yesterday? Yes. That's why I have his phone right now. Oh, right. Well, since you're with him, I'm just going to leave everything up to you. He's your son, so you need to look after him and all the stuff that mothers are supposed to do. Excuse me. I don't know what to tell you, Ruth, but he's not my responsibility anymore. I'm in love with Billy, and I don't want to be near Jack. But he is your husband! You can't treat him like this! He was just in an accident! Don't you care? Look, I'm not going to look after an invalid who I'm not in love with anymore. I can't help how I feel. Look, I gotta go. I'm taking a trip with Billy this weekend, and we're leaving today. I'm so excited! Thank you for handling everything over there, Ruth. Ruth! Why aren't you answering the phone? I'm trying to call you. Do you have any idea of what's going on? Oh, it's you. Why so urgent? I think you know exactly what's going on. I come back from my amazing trip away with Billy to find that my house is gone. I'm only away for a weekend and my things suddenly just disappear. What? What do you mean gone? Your house isn't gone. It's just become a vacant lot now. What are you talking about, Ruth? That's literally the same thing. My house isn't there, so of course it's a vacant lot. What are you trying to pull here? You can't do this to me. It's my house. I was supposed to be living here with Billy from today. We were getting ready to move in together. Haven't you forgotten some really crucial part of all of this? What do you mean? It's my house. I live in it, so it's mine. Why are you being like this? Well, clearly you have forgotten. Who actually owns that house, Rose? You tell me. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. It's in Jack's name. When the divorce goes through, I'm getting the house, so it's mine. What is so hard to understand? Wrong. That was my house. Huh? What do you mean? We're the ones that have lived in it. It's pretty simple, Rose. I own it. I was allowing you and Jack to live there. This seriously can't be happening right now. I thought it was his house. Then you forgot the entire conversation we had around when you got married. I explained the whole thing to you, but you must have blocked that out of your mind. I always knew you don't listen to other people. Well, what am I supposed to do now? Where am I supposed to live? When Billy got divorced from his wife, she took his house. Where are we supposed to go? Not my problem. Anyway, your things are at my house for now. Please contact me when you found a place to settle down. There's nothing more I can do for you. This is unbelievable. Put Jack on the phone. I've had it up to here with all your crap and what you're doing to me. Even if I wanted to give the phone to Jack, I can't right now. Do you have any idea what is truly going on here? Why the hell not? I need to talk to him. Did you forget that he was in a really terrible accident? Rose, Jack can't speak to you at all. He can't move at all. Really? It was that serious? I'm so lost right now. I don't really get what you're saying. What? Okay, well, I need my things, so I'll head over to your place to get them. Don't come over to my house. I don't want to be face to face with a heartless person like you right now. What's going on? Ruth! What are you thinking? What is it now? Stop messing me about. You've kept me in the dark for a few days now. Is Jack even still alive? What do you mean? I heard that if your spouse dies, that you should submit a notification at City Hall. When I went to submit the paperwork and what have you, it wasn't accepted. Well, it's fairly obvious that you've got no idea what's going on. I honestly don't know what to say to you sometimes, Rose. No one ever said Jack was dead. Well, how was I supposed to know? You haven't told me anything, so I assumed that Jack was dead. Well, about Jack. He hasn't regained consciousness since he was taken away in an ambulance to the emergency room. But he is alive. At the moment, he's really fighting for his life. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You really embarrassed me at the courthouse. Well, I thought that your mother would have told you about Jack's condition. I was just assuming that you knew how Jack was doing. She did email me, now that you mention it. But I haven't read any of them yet. Seriously, Rose. How haven't you checked? Considering you were messaging me continuously the other day. I didn't bother checking because I just decided to focus on the paperwork for the divorce. You've got to be kidding me, Rose. How could you be like this? You need to wake up and look at how you're treating Jack, who is helpless and can't speak for himself. You'll pay for how you've treated him. Ruth! What is the meaning of this thing you sent me? Oh, why hello again, Rose. It says that Jack is the sender. How is that possible? You told me that he was in and out of consciousness. Honestly, everything you're saying to me makes no sense whatsoever. What's going on? Well, I wonder if the fact that it was sent in Jack's name is because he gained consciousness and is safely away from death's door. Jack's woken up? He's awake. Actually, the day after he woke up, he asked me to contact his lawyer. I wondered why he immediately thought about calling a lawyer. And then it hit me. Jack already knew that you were having an affair with his supervisor. Wait, what? But how could he have possibly known? He's been out cold for weeks now. Well, to be frank, he already had finished gathering proof of the affair, and he got to the point that he needed to take action against you. He fell behind his schedule of taking you down when he got into an accident and was rushed to hospital. Once he woke up, I got the go-ahead to call the lawyer so he could take action. What? Wait a minute! How could you possibly know where we are in the first place? I still haven't let anybody know about my whereabouts, so how can anything be sent to me in the mail? It sounds like Billy tried to reconcile with his parents' wife and accidentally leaked his current address to her. What? He talked to his wife? That can't be right! He's with me and he tells me everything he does! Stop lying to me! I have no reason to lie to you. By the way, Billy was fired right after the divorce. No way! I don't believe any of this. And you obviously didn't pay attention to anything that was happening around you. Well, I guess that's on you. But I don't understand. Why? Why did he get fired? Why wouldn't he tell me? Well, Billy's ex-wife is the CEO of their company. Wait, what? Oh, you didn't know? No, I had no idea! Billy never told me! Well, then he doesn't tell you everything, does he? You know that's not the whole reason why he got fired from his job. He would say he's doing work outside of the company building, but really he was skipping work to go out and meet with you. I think that's a big enough reason to be fired. Don't you think? I didn't know he was gonna get fired for this. Well, it seems like that's a problem between you and Billy. By the way, Jack is right next to me. He told me to tell you that if you agree to the terms for the divorce, you can split up painlessly. How dare you mess with me? speak to Jack directly. Give the phone to him! No, Jack doesn't need to get any more stressed out than he already is about this. We'll send our lawyer over to your house. You can't ignore me! I need to talk to Jack directly, not his lawyer. From now on, we'll be dealing with this mess through our lawyer, so you should get one as well. Don't contact us again. Having to deal with Rose's affair was a nightmare. I was really physically and mentally exhausted. Once Jack woke up, the divorce began in earnest. With the help of his excellent lawyer, he got almost everything in the divorce. Rose was also fired from her job and disowned by her parents. Now that both of them are unemployed, their savings are becoming very scarce. At the moment, they are living together, but they can't stand each other after all the fighting they do every day. It will be only a matter of time before they break up. Meanwhile, Jack is on the road to recovery. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.